What a result that was. I cannot believe what we have just seen. There is so much to talk about with regard to this game. Considering it was a fairly routine win, there's an awful lot to dissect. I think the only place to start, though, is the brilliance of Cole Palmer. What a mesmerising performance it was from him, and what a dazzling player he is. Truly sensational. Undoubtedly, one of the best signings of the summer. Undoubtedly, the young player of the year, and potentially the player of the year. I think he is now in contention for player of the year, let alone young player of the year. He is currently joint top goal scorer of the Premier League on 20 goals. A huge return, a massive tally, level with Erling Haaland. And when you think about the players that Erling Haaland is linking up with to provide him with opportunity, when you think about the manager that Erling Haaland is playing for to provide him with opportunity, Cole Palmer is doing this all by himself. He is absolutely brilliant. And it got me thinking, debut seasons, best ever debut seasons. Because Cole Palmer, this is his debut season with Chelsea, but it's basically his debut season as a footballer. And I think that we can compare him now to the very best. I remember when Fernando Torres landed at Liverpool, scored 2 consecutive hat-tricks. I remember everybody was talking about the record that he'd broken. I think it was consecutive goals at Anfield, which was a record that was born by Roger Hunt, and Torres knocked that one out. There was obviously that season with Andy Cole when he did masterful things with Newcastle United. Diego Costa at Chelsea. You know, he won the league. He scored 7 goals in his first 4 games. He obviously won the league in Spain the year before. He was outrageous and at the very zenith of his game at the time. The epitome of a perfect striker. Ruud van Nistelrooy obviously did amazing things at Manchester United, winning them the league, and Erling Haaland will probably go down as having the best ever debut season. But I think this season by Cole Palmer is comparable. I genuinely do. I think there is, if you factor in all of the metrics, everything that Cole Palmer is doing, and crucially, who he's doing it for, the team that he's doing it for, the manager that he's doing it for, and the players that he's doing it with, on some level, I think what Cole Palmer is doing for Chelsea is more impressive than what Erling Haaland did for Manchester City. That's not me having a pop. It's not me having a snipe at Erling Haaland. Far from it. I just think life is a lot easier when you're linking up with Ilkay Gundogan, when you're linking up with Jack Grealish, when you're linking up with Kevin De Bruyne, when you're linking up with Riyad Mahrez. Chances are you're going to get opportunities. It's not like that at Chelsea. Chelsea are a team in total and utter disarray. From top to bottom, we are completely flawed as an entity at the moment. There is a real problem at the club. We have owners who no longer speak to one another. We have owners who bought the club to try and change the model of European sport, and they have fallen out. We are a team that are shambolic. We are a team that have conceded at least 2 goals at home for 9 consecutive games. Think about the teams that have scored 2 goals against us at home. It doesn't matter whether it's Burnley, doesn't matter whether it's Leeds United, it doesn't matter whether it's Leicester City, it doesn't matter whether it's Sheffield United. Basically, you can score 2 goals against that. And somehow, Cole Palmer is still looking like a world beater. He is a mesmerising player. And today, he scored a hat-trick within the first half an hour of the game. It was a 16-minute hat-trick. And not only was it a hat-trick, but it was a perfect hat-trick. You don't see many of them. Like, off the top of my head, I can only really remember Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank scoring the perfect hat-trick in front of the Matthew Harding lower against Tottenham when we beat them 4-0 twice in 3 days. Perfect hat-tricks aren't around. And to do it in 16 minutes, it actually got my WhatsApp group popping off, suggesting that it was the fastest ever. Like, it's nowhere near, don't get me wrong, it's absolutely nowhere near. My shout for the fastest ever was Robbie Fowler. He scored a really quick hat-trick against Arsenal when I was a kid. And the answer, we've looked it up, or I think somebody in my group actually knew it. Sadio Mane, he scored a hat-trick in less than 3 minutes, which I think that's one of those records that's going to last, isn't it? I think that's one of those records that will not be broken. Much like Chelsea conceding only 15 goals in that season. That one will never be broken either. But look, I digress. We need to talk about Cole Palmer. We need to talk about quite how good he is. We need to talk about the fact that since the start of March, Cole Palmer has scored the same amount of goals as Liverpool Football Club. Cole Palmer on his own since the start of March has scored 9 goals. That is the same amount of goals as Liverpool Football Club has managed to score. And, not since Frank Lampard, in the season where we won the double, Carlo Ancelotti's season, Didier Drogba helping him out. Not since that season has Chelsea had a player who has come close to 20 goals. 20 goals in the Premier League. Not since Lampard in 2010. And he's not finished yet. He really isn't. He is simply sensational. And I am now dreaming of making it into the European Cup spots. I really am. I know that some people will be snide about certain European competition. I know that some people will be saying that it would be better for Chelsea to not even make the Europa League or the Conference League. Some people would be really sneery towards that. Don't get me wrong, I don't really recognise that as a major trophy. I don't really want to be in it. But I'm never going to be sneery to European football. I'm not. You know, when I was a kid, Chelsea went 25 years without any silverware. And I remember going on a European adventure in, 95, 96. Victoria Zizkov, Austria Memphis, John Spencer running the length of the pitch in Vienna. So I will never sneer at European silverware. And the chance that we could somehow get there could happen simply because of the brilliance of Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer is now in a very exclusive club. He has scored 4 goals in a Premier League game for Chelsea. Only Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank, Gianluca Vialli and Frank Lampard have done that before him. That is the company that he is now keeping. He is absolutely sensational, and I think there is a case to be made that he should be starting for England. Where? I don't know. I really don't. But the question I'll ask is he a better player than Saka? That's the question I'm just asking, okay? I'm just asking. I think there is a conversation to be had, most certainly, because this is dazzling. This is earth-shattering. This is scene-changing. This is landscape-shifting. This is Cole Palmer announcing himself to the world. And Gareth Southgate really does need to listen. You always need to take to a European tournament the mercurial, unpredictable, brilliant prospect. Just like we did with Michael Owen. And Cole Palmer is most certainly that. He is the modern day Wayne Rooney. So take him and make it work. It was a wonderful day. I also have to mention, I just loved what Archie Gilchrist did. Gilchrist scoring a goal, doing exactly what I would have dreamed to have done all of my life. And he pinged in the goal and then he celebrated exactly as I would. He went potty. What a celebration it was. What a moment. I love that kid. I'm delighted that he got himself on the score on the score sheet in the 90th minute. And the only negative, in fact, before I go on to the negative, Caicedo looked brilliant. Best game for Chelsea, I think. So there were so many positives, but there is a negative. Sadly, we have to end on it. I don't know what Nicholas Jackson is doing. I don't know what Noni Madueke is doing. Trying to take the penalty, trying to take the ball off Cole Palmer, it was embarrassing. It's a liberty. It's disgusting. And I tell you what, Mauricio Pochettino needs to grow up here. Mauricio Pochettino needs to sort this out. Cole Palmer is our penalty taker. Cole Palmer doesn't miss penalties. It's not a charity. Cole Palmer is the penalty taker. And the sooner that Madueke learns that, the better. The sooner that Nicholas Jackson minds his own and learns that, the better. Any good that they achieved during the game is now consigned to the ash heap of history. Poxy from them. They're meant to be on the same team. They're meant to be supportive. They should want Cole Palmer to get the golden boot rather than trying to just get on the score sheet themselves. If you want to score a goal, I'll tell you what, score a goal similar to the opening 3 that Cole Palmer scored. Poxy. Really, really poxy. But I actually blame the manager. Just announce that Cole Palmer is the penalty taker and that will be the end of it. But for Madueke, in my opinion, a fairly average player, sort yourself out. Score goals yourself. Nicholas Jackson scored a really good goal. But the fact that he came in trying to get involved in that, I really thought it was poor. The Pits, in fact. They should be one team. And it all stems from a lack of sternness, a lack of discipline, and maybe a lack of prestige in the managerial office. But overall, a fantastic night. And Cole Palmer, we're so lucky to have him. Without him, we'd be 17th in the league. Do you know that? 17th. Amazing. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Bukayo Saka or Cole Palmer? I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying.